Hi, this is David with, well, I'm not really sure what entry this is because it's been so long. Um, I'm currently in Japan, and that's a huge deal for me. Um, this is the first morning officially I've been here, and it's a very intense feeling. I'm kind of jet lagged. Unfortunately, my strategy that worked last time didn't work this time, so I'm going to be going to bed real early tonight again. Maybe late. Maybe that'll reset it, but right now it's 5 o'clock a.m. And today I'm going to do 2 videos, and this first one is just going to be a quick recap over the actual trip to get here. I left San Francisco International Airport yesterday, maybe 2 days ago technically, yeah, at 12 o'clock a.m., 12:05 a.m. on a trip, on a plane, very early, on a plane to Taiwan, Taipei. And I took a Taiwanese airline called China Airlines. It was not super awesome, but it got me there quickly. We took the route that went like through the Aleutian Islands up by Alaska, down past kind of like through over Japan and then into Taipei. A lot of weird. I mean, it was nice because it was Americans mostly, and but it was also strange that there was like a lot of Asian Americans that were like more American than kind of some Americans, if that makes sense. They were just like these kind of, I assumed they were from like somewhere in the Bay Area, maybe Vallejo or Oakland, but they were not classy, and it was a big group of them, and they were being really loud the whole time and laughing and talking about, doing illicit stuff. It was just like, what are you doing? But that was fine. The food was bad, but I would do it again because it was so cheap and the flight was so uneventful. I mean, we hit some turbulence in like the over the ocean, which is always a little bit nervous. It makes me nervous, but it wasn't super bad. I got to Taipei at I think 5:30 or something, or 5:15, 5:30. Took half an hour to get off the freaking plane because I was situated right in the back. Went to the gate, which was very close, and what else? Not a lot, Got on the plane at Taipei, headed straight here, and that's where things got interesting. I got to Fukuoka Airport, and that was very busy, and it was this huge gaggle of Koreans coming in. Like, it was a full plane worth, maybe 400, 300, and we waited in customs with them, and they actually had like tons of Korean support people in the airport, which I found interesting. Like, I don't know if they were Koreans working in Japan or they were Japanese born Koreans, but there were like a lot, and the Koreans all were like clustered together, and wherever I go I seem to be in these big groups of them, but it was fine. And then I got in I was gonna take a tram, then I was gonna take a bus, and then when I asked the information lady, is that a good idea, I kind of have some bags, and she looked at them and was like, maybe you should take a taxi. And I took a taxi. It was pretty it was actually really cool because you got to see more of the city and stuff, and it wasn't cramped, and it was a little expensive, but it was only like $17. And then I got to Hakata Station in Fukuoka, and I'll say that station is, I mean, if it's anything like, if it's like a smaller version of like a Tokyo or like a big city, I'll be in trouble because that station was insane. So busy, so chaotic. People just running everywhere, and I gotta say, like, it was half Korean, and I'm sure a large part were coming from the airport, but another large segment of them I know for sure were coming from that ferry that comes from Busan, Korea, into Fukuoka. Then they had a lot of support staff there and were also speaking Korean. But then I found this little help desk, and the help desk people were like wicked awesome at speaking English, so they directed me over to where I need to buy my ticket, and then I waited in line, and they actually washed my luggage for me, which was awesome. And I waited in line, and I got my ticket to here in Shunan. Excuse me. And from there, I got ticket to where here, and I was afraid it was going to be like $200. I was pretty nervous, but it turned out to just be like 65, and then translated into US dollar it'd be like 63, 62. We'll call it 60. And but then became the struggle of getting my bags to the actual platform. That was a little bit of a, I mean, my arms are tired now, like really tired, because I had two 23 kilogram, almost 50-pound bags, and there was no elevator onto the platform, and I couldn't take the escalator because too many people were riding it up and down, and it just so happened that no train was coming from either platform above me, so I wasn't contending with people walking down the stairs. But yeah, I carried all three of my bags because I put my briefcase in one of my bags, so I only had three, but they were all like really heavy, and I carried it up like 120 stairs. They had like three of those little platforms where like you're supposed to take a rest or something, and that was like the one time in my life I'll ever actually take a rest on those platforms. I took like one, I took it to the first one, took the second one to the second one, took the third one to the second one, then I took the one that was at the first platform to the third one, and then all the way up. And it was like, that was hard. And because at this point I hadn't slept for like 24 hours, and yeah, I was running on fumes. Got to the station, or got to the platform. Everyone, they weren't staring, but for sure looking at it like, what is this one guy doing with three bags? The guy who also sold me the ticket to the train was super helpful. He said this spot like never gets full, and it didn't, which was nice. Okay, so then the train ride. I got on the train. Oh, first of all, before any Shinkansen or bullet train is you're allowed to go on it, like if it's coming off a major stop, there are these like cleaners that line in front of the doors, and it's like one starts in the rear and one starts in the front, and they like work their way together, and they clean the whole thing in like 10 minutes, like the whole train. And this was 16 compartments or something, more than that, because it was like each like compartment, I think, no, it was 16, but that's long. Each compartment's like, I think like 60 or 70 feet long, and it was like really cool to watch that. It was super fast, super efficient, like very Japanese. So I got on the train. Luckily there was a luggage area, which the guy didn't tell me about, and I threw my stuff there like right away. And I also let people on before me, which was a mistake, because these two other guys threw their luggage in there, and I was like, well, okay. Luckily, I think most people were going all the way to Tokyo, and I was just going to the station Tokuyama, and so it was not that bad. I got there, then the train started, and my God, it was amazing. Like, there's nothing, I've never been on something like this. Like, I looked out the window as the train started to get to full speed, and what I saw was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like, first, it's a marvel of engineering how fast it's going. Does a little bit feel like you're going like 300 miles an hour, but just seeing the variance in landscape, it was so beautiful. Like, I started to tear up a little bit, because it was a culmination of a lot of my desire, and you just saw this amazing, like, it was just so cool. Just it was city, and then it would go to like industrial, like warehousing, which doesn't sound cool, but then it would just go to this beautiful nature, like a mountain, and it would go into a valley, and we were cutting through mountains this whole time. And then one time it was like a little bit snowing in Fukuoka, and then it started to like get nice and sunny and bright, and it was like this beautiful, like kind of like a shipyard thing. And then all of a sudden, like, it turned into this, we went through a tunnel, and it turned into this like amazing blizzard, like super heavy snow, all white. And then we went through another one, it was sunny again, and it was like, it was just the weirdest experience. This video is getting long, so I'm going to cut it short, and then I'll recap my experience here in the city yesterday and today, this evening. And I was just amazed, and the train is so cool. Like, I mean, the seats aren't as good as I thought they were gonna be. They're pretty much like standard train seats. And I paid a little more and got a reserved seat, so I wasn't like scrambling around trying to find my own, which I'm gonna always do because it's not that much more money. And man, I just can't say enough about this interesting. There's just so much stuff here, and it's a very friendly place, I think, and my experiences so far with the owners. I met the husband yesterday, and I'll get into that tomorrow or later today. It's just so cool, and the city is like right on the water. Like, I thought it was gonna be kind of like near the water, kind of like Gangnam was, but this is like literally it's like 15-minute walk from where I'm staying in this hotel. By the way, this hotel is very small. It's a non-smoking room, but because they do allow smoking in some rooms, it smells like smoke, but it's very small. Like, this wall I can touch here, and then see, and then this one in front of me is like another arm's length away. So it's very small. It's also really cold. It's not like icy, but it's like in the 30s right now, and I have to like intermittently turn on the heater. I might take a sorry about that. I might take a nap because I'm now getting tired, but it's been really awesome. You know, because I have access and I'm not paying for utilities, I'm going to be taking like 2 showers a day because I can. But anyway, so far so good. I really love it here. It's an amazing place. If you ever get a chance to come to Japan, just riding that bullet train around is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Thanks for watching. I'll talk with you very soon, and I'll get the entry numbers. Bye.